Hey guys, tonight we're exploring ancient artifacts and enigmatic sites in this world that defy all explanation. From flawlessly cut granite boxes with laser-like precision to massive stone blocks with surfaces smoother than any modern-day factory finish, we uncover evidence of technologies that shouldn't have existed for thousands of years. These aren't just myths or legends. These are real, documented mysteries that archaeologists and engineers still struggle to understand. How were these impossible cuts made? What tools were used to achieve such perfection in hard stone? And perhaps the most unsettling question of all, what hidden knowledge did these ancient civilizations possess? From intricate vases with impossibly thin walls to megalithic structures with interlocking stones that fit like puzzle pieces, defying our own technology to replicate today. So, before journeying through some of the most baffling evidence of ancient machining, take a moment to like the video and subscribe if you enjoy our content. And tell us in the comments where you're watching from and what time it is. It's always a joy to see how many people from around the world are ready for this journey. Now, dim the lights, close your eyes, feel your body deeply relax, leaving the tiring day behind, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. Our journey begins in the vast desert landscapes of ancient Egypt, a land famous for its colossal pyramids and intricate temples. But as impressive as those structures are, they hold secrets far older and far more technologically advanced than we are taught. The real mystery lies not just in their scale, but in the impossible precision of their stonework. We will examine the granite sarcophagi of the Serapeum, perfectly cut to tolerances that astonish modern engineers, and the intricate hard stone vessels displaying machining marks that challenge every conventional explanation. The quest to answer how these ancient cultures achieved such feats opens up a fascinating debate. Now, let's calmly explore the physical evidence, the conventional theories, and the glaring problems that no explanation seems to fully solve. When we speak of ancient machining, we step beyond the familiar images of chisels and hammers. We invite you to envision something far more precise, far more enigmatic. We are referring to the undeniable marks of advanced stonework, not on soft limestone, but on materials among the hardest on our planet: granite, diorite, quartzite. These are stones that, even with today's industrial diamond-tipped saws and computer-controlled milling machines, present a significant challenge to achieve flawless results. Yet, in the ancient world, we find such perfection etched into their very essence. Picture the impossibly precise cuts found in vast monolithic blocks. Edges so clean, so straight, they appear to have been made by laser rather than crude hand tools. Surfaces so perfectly flat, so mirror-smooth, that they defy any explanation involving friction, sand, and copper. Imagine running your hand across such a surface, feeling its cool, uniform texture, knowing it was crafted millennia ago. What kind of effort, what kind of technology would be required to achieve such an unblemished finish on stone as hard as steel? Then there are the incredible angles, perfect 90-degree corners, intricate polygonal shapes, and multifaceted surfaces that interlock with a seamless fit, leaving no gap, no space for a human hair. These are not rough, approximate carvings. They are geometric masterpieces executed with an accuracy that points to a profound understanding of mathematics and engineering. If you were given a simple set of copper tools and a block of granite, could you even begin to replicate such flawless precision? The answer, for most modern artisans, is a resounding no. The mystery deepens when we examine the intricate internal geometries of some artifacts. Deep, perfectly cylindrical boreholes cut through solid rock with consistent diameters and smooth internal walls. Vessels with impossibly thin walls, often less than a millimeter thick, demonstrating concentricity that would be the envy of any modern machinist using a lathe. These are not anomalies. They are consistent features found across numerous sites, spanning different cultures and timelines. They speak of a methodical, perhaps standardized, approach to stoneworking, hinting at a technology far beyond what historical narratives allow for. This is the core paradox we will gently explore tonight. How did ancient civilizations achieve such an astonishing level of precision on some of the world's hardest materials, with tools that, by all accounts, were primitive? It's a question that echoes through time, challenging our assumptions and inviting us to consider a past far more complex and perhaps far more technologically capable than we currently comprehend. Let your mind calmly consider these impossibilities as we journey deeper into the evidence. The consistency of these masterful creations is perhaps even more baffling than individual examples, standing as a testament not to singular genius, but to a widespread capability. We are not speaking of one extraordinary artisan, nor an isolated burst of innovative thought. Instead, across vast stretches of time and countless miles, from the sun-baked sands of Egypt to the mist-shrouded peaks of the Andes, and reaching into the distant, enigmatic corners of Asia, we discover a recurring, unmistakable pattern, a signature of advanced stonework that speaks of a shared, or perhaps independently developed, understanding of precision far beyond what our conventional history books describe. This isn't just about one isolated artifact. It's about a pervasive technological footprint, quietly asking us to rethink our past. Imagine, for a moment, the sheer physical properties of granite or diorite, their incredible hardness, their dense, crystalline structure, often composed of interlocking mineral grains. These are materials that consistently rate high on the MOS scale, making them notoriously resistant to scratching, breaking, and any form of simple abrasion. To merely scratch these substances with primitive tools would be a monumental task, let alone to shape them with such flawless lines, to cut them with unerring accuracy, and to polish them to mirror-like finishes. Such feats, even today, demand highly specialized abrasives, immense power, and a level of precise control that our modern world achieves through sophisticated, computer-guided machinery. We rely on industrial-grade, diamond-tipped drills, high-speed carborundum grinding wheels, and precision milling machines, all powered by vast amounts of electricity, often cooled by constant streams of water, and meticulously guided by intricate software. These are processes that generate enormous heat, requiring continuous cooling to prevent tools from dulling or shattering, and to protect the precious stone itself from fracturing under the intense thermal and mechanical stresses. Yet, in countless ancient sites, undisturbed for millennia, we observe undeniable evidence suggesting cuts made with such speed and efficiency that they leave behind minimal or even no heat-affected zones. There are no widespread chatter marks that would typically result from crude, blunt tools struggling against unyielding stone. Instead, we find smooth, precise incisions, often with incredibly sharp internal and external corners. The very act of abrasion with something as simple as sand and soft copper, as often proposed by conventional archaeology, would leave a distinct, rougher signature, an uneven texture of countless minute scratches. Furthermore, it would demand an almost unimaginable expenditure of time, human labor, and abrasive material to achieve the perfectly flat, mirror-like finishes and exact geometric shapes we consistently find. and the sheer scale of these operations is equally astounding. We're not talking about small, delicate pieces of jewelry or simple amulets, but often colossal architectural components, massive statues, and gargantuan building blocks, many weighing scores of tons, all bearing these inexplicable marks of advanced precision. This pervasive level of consistent, high-fidelity engineering on some of the planet's hardest substances fundamentally challenges our assumptions about the capabilities of ancient civilizations. It's a profound and elegant puzzle piece that simply doesn't fit into the established picture of human history and technological evolution. It forces us to calmly and thoughtfully ask, were these cultures utilizing a knowledge base we have entirely overlooked, or perhaps a technology that has been meticulously lost to the sands of time, waiting patiently to be rediscovered, a gentle whisper from a forgotten age that echoes across continents? As we prepare to journey deeper into these specific examples, allowing the quiet mysteries to settle around us, allow yourself to gently ponder this global enigma. Feel the weight of this quiet contradiction, this compelling mystery from the past that speaks of an ingenuity we are only just beginning to truly appreciate. Our next stop will bring us back to ancient Egypt, where the evidence of this mysterious precision begins to unfold in startling and undeniable detail, inviting us to simply observe, to wonder, and to find a peaceful solace in the unknown. As the soft whispers of ancient mysteries envelop us, our journey now takes a tranquil turn, guiding us directly into the heart of ancient Egypt. This land, so often associated with monumental feats of engineering, holds secrets that even modern ingenuity struggles to reconcile. We move beyond the general awe of pyramids and temples, venturing into a realm of precision stonework that defies explanation, beginning with a place shrouded in profound stillness and monumental enigma, the Serapeum of Saqqara. Imagine descending calmly into the earth, into a vast underground labyrinth of tunnels, carved deep beneath the desert sands. Here, in the profound silence, lie 24 colossal sarcophagi, each an astonishing testament to an unknown ancient craft. These are not mere coffins. They are gargantuan boxes, fashioned from some of the hardest stone on Earth, predominantly highly polished black granite, with some examples of diorite and basalt. Each weighs, on average, between 70 to 100 tons. To truly grasp this, consider that a single average car weighs about 1.5 tons. These sarcophagi weigh as much as 45 to 65 cars. The lids alone are estimated to weigh around 20 to 30 tons. Transporting these behemoths, even today, would be a monumental engineering challenge, requiring advanced machinery and careful planning, often needing specialized cranes and heavy-duty vehicles. Yet, here they rest, silently, mysteriously, in chambers carved from solid rock, seemingly placed with effortless grace thousands of years ago. But it is not just their immense size and weight that captivates and puzzles us. It is their bewildering, almost impossible precision. As you mentally drift through these ancient corridors, allow your senses to imagine the surfaces of these sarcophagi. Run your mind's eye over the exterior, where the granite is polished to an almost mirror-like sheen, reflecting any faint light, even in this subterranean world. This level of polish on granite, a material known for its hardness and crystalline structure, requires sustained, powerful abrasion and fine finishing. Imagine the countless hours, even years, of hand grinding it would supposedly take with basic tools to achieve such a finish. And then consider the uniform excellence across all 24 of these magnificent artifacts. The internal corners are not merely square. They are perfect 90-degree angles, cut with an accuracy that would be the envy of a master craftsman using today's advanced computer numerical control, or CNC machines. Take a moment to visualize a perfect corner where two perfectly flat planes meet at a precise right angle. To achieve this in solid granite, without any visible tool marks, without any chipping or inaccuracies that would betray a less sophisticated method, is truly astonishing. The flatness of both the internal and external surfaces is equally remarkable. Measurements have consistently shown tolerances so fine, often within fractions of a millimeter across vast expanses of stone, sometimes as little as 0.2 millimeters over several meters. This precision seems to whisper of a technology far more sophisticated than the simple copper chisels and mallets traditionally attributed to ancient Egyptians. How were such incredibly smooth, perfectly flat planes achieved on material as unyielding as granite? The conventional explanation involving sand used as an abrasive with copper or dolerite tools simply falls short. Sand, when used in such a manner, tends to create a slightly convex surface, or leave behind telltale swirl marks and uneven texture. Yet, on these sarcophagi, we find none of that. Instead, there is an almost unnatural uniformity, a perfect linearity that suggests a cutting and grinding process unlike any we understand for that period. To achieve such perfect flatness on a surface tens of feet long, requiring consistent pressure and perfectly even abrasion, would be a miraculous feat even for modern diamond grinding wheels, which demand constant calibration, precise motor control, and continuous cooling with water to prevent overheating and tool wear. The scale and consistency of this precision suggest a method that was both highly efficient and remarkably accurate. Consider the interior of these granite boxes, carved out with such precision that the walls maintain a consistent thickness throughout, a uniformity that speaks of a sophisticated internal turning or boring process. The internal right angles are so precise, so crisp, that they speak of a cutting edge far beyond what a handheld tool could ever produce. Imagine the sheer dedication, the almost impossible skill required to hollow out these massive blocks from the inside, maintaining perfect geometry and smooth finishes in what would have been cramped, dimly lit conditions, hundreds of feet underground. The tools that left these marks must have been capable of cutting through the granite as if it were soft butter, effortlessly removing vast quantities of material while leaving behind a pristine finish. This is not the work of brute force and primitive ingenuity alone. It is the undeniable fingerprint of a profound technological mastery, an echo from a past that challenges our every assumption. The mystery extends further to the very placement of these sarcophagi. How were these multi-ton objects lowered into their respective chambers, often through narrow passages, just wide enough to accommodate them, and then positioned with such exactitude? The logistics alone present a series of engineering riddles that continue to baffle researchers and modern engineers alike. No ramps, no visible hoisting mechanisms, no clear evidence of the complex methods used have ever been definitively found to explain these colossal movements and precise placements within the confined spaces of the Serapeum. They simply appear to have been placed there, with a quiet authority that challenges our perceptions of ancient capabilities and their supposed limitations. As you allow these images of immense scale and astonishing precision to gently form and settle in your mind, let the quiet questions linger. What lost techniques were truly employed? What forgotten power source, what advanced knowledge enabled such feats of stonework on materials so difficult to master? The Serapeum of Saqqara stands as a silent, powerful monument, a profound anomaly that gently nudges us to reconsider the timeline of human technological development, inviting a serene wonder about the true depths of ancient knowledge. It is a place where stone speaks of a history we are only just beginning to hear, preparing us for even more startling revelations as we continue to uncover Egypt's hidden precision, as the grand scale of the Serapeum sarcophagi settles gently in our minds. Let us now turn our calm gaze to another, equally profound, category of ancient Egyptian artistry: the exquisite and utterly perplexing hard stone vases and bowls. These artifacts, though often smaller in stature than the colossal boxes, present an even more intricate challenge to conventional archaeological explanations, demanding a level of delicate precision that seems truly impossible for their time. Imagine, if you will, holding a vase crafted from diorite, a stone known for its extreme hardness, ranking nearly as high as granite on the MOS scale. Yet this ancient vessel possesses walls so astonishingly thin, sometimes less than a millimeter, a mere whisper of stone separating the inside from the out. Close your eyes and feel the ethereal delicacy of such an object. How could such a fragile form be hollowed out from a solid block of unyielding material without cracking, shattering, or leaving unsightly tool marks? The sheer risk involved in every moment of its creation, with seemingly primitive tools, seems insurmountable. To achieve such uniform thinness across the entire circumference of a vessel, maintaining perfect balance and structural integrity, speaks of a mastery over material and process that we would associate with modern industrial techniques, perhaps even those involving laser cutting or high-precision lathe work. The inner surfaces of these bowls and vases often reveal a breathtaking secret: perfect concentricity. This means the internal curves and circular patterns are perfectly aligned, as if spun on a sophisticated turning machine, a lathe. Picture a potter's wheel, but for stone, operating with such exactitude that the tool meticulously removes material in a perfectly circular, consistent motion. Such marks are the undeniable fingerprint of a rotational process, where the stone itself, or the cutting tool, spun at a consistent, controlled speed. Conventional wisdom suggests these were carved by hand, perhaps by grinding with sand and copper. Yet, manual grinding invariably leads to imperfections, slight wobbles, or unevenness, as the human hand, no matter how skilled, cannot maintain such unwavering concentricity over time. The uniform spiral grooves often found within these vessels strongly resemble those left by a modern high-speed drill bit or a precision grinding tool. These are not the rough, irregular gouges of a chisel, nor the haphazard scratches of simple abrasion. They are the ordered, precise traces of mechanical action. Consider the boreholes often found in many of these artifacts, whether functional or decorative. They are perfectly cylindrical, with consistent diameters from entry to exit, and astonishingly smooth internal walls. When modern engineers examine core samples taken from such ancient drillings, they find evidence of very high rotational speeds and steady pressure, causing the cutting action to be efficient and clean. The helix angle of some of these boreholes, the spiral path of the cutting, further suggests a sophisticated drilling mechanism. If one were to use a simple copper tube with sand and water, as is often theorized, the resulting hole would likely be conical, uneven, and show greater wear on the tool itself, not the clean, uniform bore observed. Moreover, the hardness of the materials involved means that simple copper would quickly dull and wear away, requiring constant resharpening or replacement, and an immense amount of time to make even a shallow impression. Yet, these ancient artisans seemingly cut through granite and diorite with an almost effortless efficiency, one can only wonder at the specific methods employed. Were they utilizing some form of high-speed rotary tools, perhaps powered by an as yet unknown energy source? Were they employing abrasives far more effective than mere sand, perhaps corundum or even diamonds, used in ways we have yet to rediscover? The thinness of the walls, the perfect concentricity, and the precise boreholes all point to a technology that allowed for incredible control over the material. A delicate touch combined with immense power. It is as if the ancient Egyptians possessed a secret knowledge, a forgotten chapter in the annals of engineering that enabled them to transform the hardest substances into objects of both utilitarian purpose and breathtaking beauty, all with a perfection that resonates with the capabilities of our own advanced machinery. This pervasive level of fine, detailed machining on such unforgiving materials across numerous artifacts from ancient Egypt only deepens the serene mystery that surrounds this civilization. It challenges us to look beyond the grand monuments and into the minute details, where the true enigma of their technological prowess subtly reveals itself. As we gently consider the implications of these impossibly crafted vessels, we allow our minds to float free, contemplating a past where the lines between primitive and advanced blur, preparing us for the next layer of Egyptian wonders, further cementing the idea that these anomalies are not isolated incidents, but part of a larger, unexplained technological footprint. Let the quiet hum of these ancient machines, whether real or imagined, gently lull you into deeper contemplation as we drift further into the land of pharaohs, as we gently draw our attention away from the exquisite vessels and colossal sarcophagi. Our journey through ancient Egypt reveals even more subtle, yet equally profound, anomalies of precision. Our path now leads us to the very bedrock beneath some of Egypt's most famous structures, particularly around the enigmatic Giza Plateau. Here, the earth itself seems to hold secrets etched in stone, defying conventional explanations of ancient technology. Imagine the sheer scale of the Giza Plateau, the monumental pyramids standing sentinel under the timeless sun. Yet, beneath and around these iconic structures, if one looks closely, lies evidence of precision cutting that is often overlooked but deeply perplexing. Consider, for a moment, the foundational cuts in the bedrock upon which some of these ancient temples and monuments rest. These are not rough quarrying efforts. Instead, we find incredibly flat surfaces, vast expanses of leveled stone, and precise straight lines carved into the very earth. How could such vast areas of natural rock be leveled with such accuracy, creating platforms that are often perfectly horizontal, even over hundreds of feet? The sheer effort and precision required to achieve this using simple hand tools, working against the unyielding natural contours of the bedrock, seems an insurmountable task. It's as if a giant, ancient planing machine meticulously smoothed the landscape, preparing a perfect canvas for the grand designs that would follow. Furthermore, within some areas, particularly around the Sphinx enclosure and its associated temples, there are instances of incredibly clean, vertical cuts in the limestone bedrock. These cuts exhibit straightness and smoothness that are difficult to explain by manual means. Modern diamond wire saws or large-scale laser cutting equipment could achieve such results. But to imagine ancient workers with copper chisels and brute force achieving this level of geometric perfection on such a vast scale stretches the bounds of credibility. The tool marks, where visible, often suggest a fast, efficient cutting action, leaving behind surfaces that are more akin to a modern factory floor than an ancient quarry. Beyond these colossal earth-shaping feats, we encounter smaller, yet equally baffling, artifacts that reinforce this pattern of advanced machining. There are numerous examples of exquisitely crafted stone boxes, not as grand as those in the Serapeum, but equally precise. These often feature perfect right-angle internal corners, impossibly tight-fitting lids, and surfaces polished to an incredible degree. Many of these appear to have been made from granite, diorite, or basalt materials that would splinter and chip under the impact of primitive tools, not yield such flawless results. The very consistency of these fine details across a range of objects, from the enormous to the delicate, suggests a common underlying technological capability, a shared knowledge of working stone that transcended mere craftsmanship. Perhaps one of the most intriguing pieces of evidence comes from the enigmatic core drills found at various Egyptian sites. These are cylindrical holes cut into hard stone, often leaving behind the central core intact. When these cores and the corresponding holes are examined, they reveal a consistent pattern, uniform kerf angles, perfectly circular bores, and signs of rapid material removal. Some even show helical grooves, just like those left by modern rotary drills. The idea that a copper tube, manually rotated with sand and water, could consistently produce such precise, deep, and uniform core drills in granite or quartzite is highly questionable. Such an abrasive process would typically result in a wider, more irregular kerf, and the copper tube itself would suffer immense wear and deformation. Yet, the evidence points to a clean, efficient cutting action, suggesting a tool capable of exerting consistent pressure and high rotational speed, perhaps with an abrasive far superior to simple sand. These collective pieces of evidence, from the grand leveling of the Giza bedrock to the precise cuts around the Sphinx, from the flawlessly crafted smaller boxes to the telltale signs of advanced core drilling, paint a consistent picture. They challenge the notion that ancient Egypt relied solely on simple, labor-intensive methods. Instead, they whisper of a sophisticated understanding of materials, science, and mechanical engineering. A technological fingerprint spread subtly, yet undeniably, across the entire region. This isn't just about isolated wonders. It's about a pervasive technological signature that suggests a level of innovation and capability far beyond what we typically imagine for this ancient civilization. As these images of ancient Egyptian precision gently fade, leaving a peaceful echo of wonder in your mind, allow yourself to sense the subtle threads connecting these seemingly disparate mysteries, the consistency of impossible precision, the mastery over the hardest stones, the hints of lost tools and forgotten techniques. These are not confined to the sands of Egypt alone. They are part of a larger, global tapestry of anomalies, a quiet yet powerful testament to a past that may be far more complex and technologically advanced than our current history books suggest. And with that gentle thought, we prepare to leave the Nile's embrace, allowing our journey to calmly carry us across oceans, to another continent rich with its own breathtaking and baffling megalithic wonders, where similar questions patiently await our tranquil exploration. Let your thoughts drift, soft and steady, as we journey onward, as the echoes of ancient Egypt's enigmatic precision gently recede into the quiet chambers of our minds. Our journey now calmly transcends continents, carrying us far across the vast oceans to the majestic, mist-shrouded peaks of the Andes. Here, amidst the breathtaking grandeur of South America, another profound chapter of inexplicable ancient machining unfolds, presenting a puzzle that is both awe-inspiring and deeply perplexing. We shift our tranquil gaze from the deserts of the Nile to the soaring heights of Peru, where the very mountains seem to hold the silent testimonies of a forgotten, advanced past, patiently awaiting our serene exploration. Our first stop in this breathtaking landscape is the legendary site of Sacsayhuaman, an immense fortress or ceremonial complex, meticulously constructed and perched high above the ancient Inca capital of Cusco. As you gently envision this incredible place, allow your mind to wander among its colossal stone walls, which stretch for hundreds of meters. These are not just ordinary walls, they are a breathtaking masterpiece of megalithic construction, built with stones so massive they defy modern understanding of their quarrying, transport, and placement. Some of these individual blocks of precisely cut limestone and diorite weigh hundreds of tons, boulders far larger than any modern truck could easily transport, let alone lift and position with such delicate accuracy, often up steep mountain inclines. To put this into perspective, imagine a single stone block that could fill an entire living room, weighing as much as a small passenger train car, yet placed with the finesse of a jeweler setting a gem. What truly sets Sacsayhuaman apart, what truly invites our calm contemplation, is its utterly unique and astonishing polygonal masonry. Imagine blocks of stone, each an irregular, multifaceted giant, sometimes reaching 5 meters in height, yet fitting together with such absolute perfection that not even the thinnest blade of grass, or indeed a sheet of paper, can be inserted between them. These stones, often with 10, 12, or even more perfectly carved angles, interlock seamlessly like pieces of a cosmic jigsaw puzzle, forming a structure of unparalleled strength, stability, and aesthetic harmony. There is no mortar binding them. Their incredible, enduring stability comes solely from their precise, intricate fit, a testament to an engineering knowledge that seems to predate any known methods. This dry stack technique, when performed with such colossal blocks, creates a wall virtually impervious to the region's frequent and powerful earthquakes, a testament to an advanced understanding of structural dynamics. Picture yourself, in your mind's eye, gently tracing the contours of these colossal stones, feeling the cool, smooth surfaces where ancient hands, or perhaps ancient machines, once worked. Feel the undeniable precision of their edges, the seamless, almost organic transitions from one massive block to the next. The lines are so clean, the angles so exact, that it is almost impossible to reconcile them with the simple hammerstones and bronze tools traditionally attributed to the Inca. If you were tasked with carving just one of these multi-angled behemoths, a stone that has been shaped on numerous sides to perfectly receive its neighbors, and then fitting it flawlessly into an intricate matrix of other equally complex stones, what tools would you employ? What level of skill and planning would be required? The challenge seems insurmountable, even with our modern power tools, laser guides, and heavy-duty cranes. It forces us to ask, what lost techniques, what forgotten technology allowed for such miraculous construction? The sheer geometric complexity of each individual stone is a mystery in itself. Each block appears to have been meticulously cut and shaped to accommodate the precise, sometimes undulating, contours of its neighbors, creating a robust, seismic-resistant structure that has stood resilient against centuries of tremors in this highly active Andean region. This is not crude, haphazard stacking of rocks. It is intelligent, sophisticated design and flawless execution. To achieve such an exact fit, the stonemasons would have needed to understand the precise dimensions and angles of each stone, not just in isolation, but in a complex, three-dimensional relationship to every other stone it would touch. This implies a level of pre-planning, sophisticated measurement, and precise execution that speaks volumes about their unknown tools and methods, far beyond the reach of simple handheld instruments. Consider the interior angles and subtle curves often found within these interlocking patterns. They are not merely straight lines. Sometimes, gentle, sweeping curves and subtle variations in angle are present, all maintaining that same impossible, airtight fit. This level of finesse suggests a cutting tool capable of not only immense power to shape incredibly hard stone, but also incredible control and delicacy to achieve such intricate details without marring the surface. How were the massive surfaces flattened and polished to such a degree? What precise method allowed for the carving of such complex, multi-dimensional shapes with such uniformity and lack of chatter marks? And, perhaps most baffling of all, how were these hundreds of tombstones lifted, rotated, and maneuvered into their exact, intricate positions, often high up on a steep mountain, without leaving any visible evidence of ramps, rollers, levers, or other conventional ancient hoisting techniques? The very absence of such evidence, the profound silence of the historical record on these logistics, only deepens the serene wonder and the questions that quietly echo through time. Sacsayhuaman stands as a silent, yet powerful, declaration of advanced capabilities that profoundly challenge our established historical narrative. It whispers of a past where the mastery of stone reached an apex we are only now beginning to dimly comprehend, inviting us to gently question our assumptions. It is a place where every perfectly joined seam, every impossibly angled stone, serves as a gentle reminder to expand our understanding of what ancient civilizations were truly capable of. As we absorb the silent grandeur of these Andean megaliths, allowing their quiet mysteries to settle deep within your consciousness, let us prepare for even more astonishing revelations as we continue our tranquil journey through South America's inexplicable stonework, where the ancient world continues to defy our modern logic, as the monumental precision of Sacsayhuaman quietly settles in our thoughts. Our gentle journey through the Andes now carries us further, high into the Bolivian Altiplano, to a place that often leaves even the most seasoned archaeologists and engineers in a state of profound bewilderment. We arrive at Pumapunku, an ancient site adjacent to the larger complex of Tiwanaku, where the stonework transcends mere building and enters the realm of what can only be described as machine-like fabrication. Imagine, calmly, this remote and windswept landscape, scattered with enormous blocks of red sandstone and diorite. Many of these stones are not just large, they are intricately shaped, with a level of precision that makes them utterly unique among ancient ruins. The most iconic examples are the H-blocks, so named for their distinctive shape. These aren't random carvings. They are incredibly uniform, almost identical, as if cast from a single mold or produced on an assembly line. Each H-block is a marvel of consistent measurement and perfect replication, some weighing tens of tons, yet displaying features that appear to be machined rather than sculpted by hand. How could ancient people, using only rudimentary tools, achieve such identical repeated precision on materials as unforgiving as granite and diorite? It's a question that gently echoes through the ages, refusing to be answered by conventional wisdom. As you mentally inspect one of these H-blocks, allow your imagination to trace its perfectly flat surfaces, its razor-sharp edges, and its impossibly precise internal and external 90-degree angles. Picture the intricate slots, grooves, and protrusions that are cut into these blocks with such meticulous accuracy. These features are not merely decorative. They are designed to interlock with other blocks, creating a sophisticated, modular construction system. The consistency of these cuts, the uniform depth of the grooves, and the flawless angles speak to a level of standardization and mass production that seems utterly anachronistic. For a civilization purportedly lacking metal tools capable of such feats, the surfaces of these blocks are often polished to an astonishing degree, rivaling the finish of modern industrial processes. To achieve such a mirror-like smoothness on hard stone requires not only immense abrasive power, but also an extremely fine and uniform grinding medium, applied with sustained, consistent pressure. The idea that this was accomplished with simple hand tools and sand seems to defy the very laws of physics and material science. Sand, when applied manually, would typically leave microscopic scratches, an uneven texture, or a slightly undulating surface. Yet, at Puma Punku, we find areas of stone that feel almost impossibly smooth, as if they were treated with a fine grit, polishing compound on a high-speed rotating wheel, a technology that should not have existed millennia ago. Perhaps even more puzzling are the perfectly bored holes found in many of the Puma Punku blocks. These are not rough, irregular perforations. They are immaculate, cylindrical drill holes, often with a consistent diameter throughout their depth. Some of these holes pass through several feet of solid stone, emerging with the same precision on the other side. The telltale signs within these boreholes, the uniform kerf marks, the lack of chipping, and the smooth internal walls, are highly suggestive of a rotational drilling process, possibly involving advanced diamond-tipped tools or a similar, highly efficient abrasive technology. Imagine trying to replicate such a clean, perfectly straight hole through hard rock with a copper tube and sand. The results would be vastly different, requiring countless hours of labor and yielding an inconsistent, often conical, bore. The evidence at Puma Punku points to a precise, powerful, and perhaps automated drilling capability. The precise angles evident in these blocks are also a source of deep wonder. Not only are there perfect 90-degree corners, but also complex 45-degree bevels and other exact geometric cuts, all executed with astounding accuracy. This suggests a profound understanding of geometry and a capacity to measure and implement these angles with incredible fidelity, far beyond what simple measuring sticks or plumb bobs could provide. It's as if these ancient builders possessed a form of precision instrumentation, perhaps even optical devices or sophisticated calipers, to guide their cuts. The sheer scale and consistency of these perfectly angled cuts across hundreds of blocks truly challenges the narrative of primitive tools and simple labor. The very choice of material further deepens the mystery. The dark, dense diorite found at Puma Punku is one of the hardest stones on Earth, making it incredibly difficult to work even with modern technology. Yet, these ancient artisans, or engineers, somehow shaped, cut, and polished it with a level of finesse that seems to defy the limitations of their supposed toolset. The silent alarm that Puma Punku raises is the sheer perfection itself, a perfection that speaks not of struggle and immense human effort with simple tools, but of effortless efficiency and masterful control over the most stubborn of natural materials. As these images of machine-like precision and baffling architectural techniques from Puma Punku gently settle in your mind, allow the profound questions to softly resonate. What forgotten knowledge, what lost technology enabled such extraordinary feats of stonework? How could a civilization, without visible advanced metallurgy or power sources, achieve such consistent, immaculate results on such an epic scale? Puma Punku stands as a quiet, yet powerful, monument to an unknown past, a place where the lines between ancient ingenuity and advanced technology blur, inviting us to calmly expand our understanding of human history. Let these unanswered questions lull you into a deeper state of contemplation as we prepare to continue our journey through South America's astonishing megalithic wonders. As the mystifying precision of Puma Punku subtly lingers in our perception, our tranquil expedition through the ancient Andean world brings us now to Ollantaytambo, a sacred valley complex that unfolds another layer of monumental, inexplicable stonework. Here, amidst the breathtaking terraced mountainsides and the gentle murmur of the Pataconcia River, we encounter evidence that further solidifies the enigma of South American megalithic construction, presenting challenges that continue to humble modern engineering. Imagine ascending calmly into this majestic fortress temple, where gigantic blocks of rose-colored rhyolite stand sentinel against the vast Andean sky. These colossal stones, some weighing an astounding 50 to 100 tons, were not merely placed. They were meticulously shaped, transported from distant quarries high on opposing mountains, then raised and positioned with an exactitude that defies imagination. The Cachicata quarry, for instance, lies several kilometers away, across a river, and at a significantly lower elevation, requiring these immense blocks to be moved across treacherous terrain, often up steep gradient. How were these behemoths, without the aid of modern cranes, heavy-duty trucks, or even well-documented ancient machinery, maneuvered across such formidable landscapes and then lifted into their impossibly precise positions? The logistical feat alone presents a series of riddles that have no easy answers, pushing the boundaries of our conventional understanding of ancient capabilities. As you visually explore the main temple wall at Ollantaytambo, allow your mind to absorb the intricate details. Here, 6 enormous monoliths, perfectly fitted together, form a magnificent and baffling facade. Each stone is dressed with such incredible precision, their surfaces smoothed to a degree that suggests powerful, sophisticated abrasive techniques, far beyond simple rubbing with sand and stone. The junctions between these massive blocks are so perfectly matched that they are virtually seamless, a testament to an unknown level of craftsmanship and meticulous measurement. These are not merely joined, they are locked into place with an almost intimate fit, as if designed to become a single, unified entity. Further adding to the mystery are the cyclopean polygonal masonry walls found throughout Ollantaytambo, echoing the impossible feats seen at Sacsayhuaman, yet with their own unique characteristics. Here, irregularly shaped stones, some with numerous angles and intricate curves, are fitted together with such astonishing accuracy that not even a razor-thin blade can be inserted between them. This style of construction, without mortar, relies entirely on the precise shaping of each individual stone to interlock perfectly with its neighbors, creating an earthquake-resistant structure that has endured centuries of seismic activity in this volatile region. To achieve such a perfect, three-dimensional fit, the ancient builders must have possessed not only powerful cutting tools, but also an advanced understanding of geometry, stereometry, and perhaps even methods of surveying and measurement that remain unknown to us. Consider, too, the intriguing T-shaped grooves sometimes found within these blocks. These are precisely cut indentations, seemingly designed to accommodate metal clamps or some form of joining mechanism. Although definitive evidence of what filled these grooves is scarce, the very presence of such uniform, geometrically perfect grooves on massive hard stone blocks suggests a tool capable of clean, deep, and consistent cutting, far beyond what traditional copper tools could achieve. It implies a standardization in their construction methods, a systematic approach to joining these gargantuan stones, hinting at a level of technological sophistication that we often associate only with much later periods. The unfinished elements at Ollantaytambo provide yet another layer of perplexing clues. In some areas, colossal blocks lie partially carved in the quarries or along the transport routes, revealing precise cuts and shaping marks that still defy explanation. It's as if the work was suddenly abandoned, leaving behind a frozen moment in time that offers tantalizing glimpses into their methods, yet simultaneously deepens the mystery. We see perfectly straight cutting lines, deep channels, and partially extracted blocks, all bearing the signature of a technology that could shape stone with uncanny ease and precision. This pervasive pattern of advanced stone cutting, intricate polygonal masonry, and the baffling challenges of transport and placement, consistent across sites like Sacsayhuaman, Puma, Punku, and Ollantaytambo, paints a compelling picture. It suggests that these ancient Andean cultures possessed a shared, or perhaps inherited, technological capacity for working stone that far exceeds what is traditionally attributed to them. These are not isolated incidents of individual genius. They are a widespread, consistent signature of a profound technological mastery that whispers from the past, challenging us to expand our understanding of human history and ingenuity. As these images of South America's astounding megalithic wonders gently settle, allowing the quiet mysteries to coalesce in your thoughts, let us appreciate the profound questions they raise. The uniform angles, the polished surfaces, the impossibly tight fits all speak of a sophisticated intelligence and an unknown method. With these serene reflections guiding us, we prepare to leave the majestic heights of the Andes, journeying onward to discover that these anomalies of ancient machining are not confined to just two major ancient civilizations. They are part of a larger, global tapestry of wonders, quietly echoing across continents, where similar questions patiently await our tranquil exploration, inviting us to ponder the limits of our knowledge as we drift further into the past. As the echoes of South America's breathtaking and baffling megalithic wonders gently recede, our tranquil journey now carries us across another vast expanse, to a land steeped in ancient history and colossal, inexplicable stoneworks. We travel to the ancient city of Baalbek, nestled in the Bekaa Valley of modern-day Lebanon, a place where the sheer scale and precision of stonework challenges our understanding of what ancient civilizations were truly capable of. Pushing the boundaries of known human ingenuity and technology, imagine standing calmly before the ruins of what was once the grandest temple complex of the Roman Empire, a testament to imperial ambition and architectural prowess. Yet beneath and surrounding these impressive Roman structures lies an even older, more mysterious, foundational platform built with stone blocks so gargantuan, so precisely cut that they defy the very timeline of human technological development. This is where the profound enigma of Baalbek truly begins, inviting us to look beyond the familiar and into a deeper, more unsettling past. At the heart of this ancient marvel lies the famed trilithon, a trio of colossal stone blocks forming part of the foundation of the Temple of Jupiter. Each of these three stones weighs approximately 800 tons. To truly grasp this immense weight, consider that a modern commercial airliner like a Boeing 747 weighs around 180 to 200 tons when empty. Each of these blocks is roughly 4 to 5 times the weight of an empty jumbo jet. They measure over 19 meters 62 feet in length, 3 meters 14 feet in height, and 3.6 meters 12 feet in depth. Visualize, for a moment, an object the size of 2 large railway freight cars, seamlessly integrated into a wall, sitting high above the ground. The precision with which these 3 behemoths are cut and placed side by side is astounding. forming an utterly flat, perfectly aligned surface that supports the massive Roman temple built atop them. How were such immense stones quarried, transported, and then lifted into position with such exactitude centuries before the invention of modern heavy machinery? The question hangs in the tranquil air, echoing with the whispers of a forgotten science. The precision of their cuts is equally baffling. The surfaces of these colossal stones are incredibly smooth, and their edges are sharp and straight, fitting together with a minimal gap that speaks of a mastery over stone that seems impossible without advanced tools. Imagine the challenge of cutting granite or limestone with such perfect linearity on blocks of this scale, ensuring each surface is perfectly planar and each edge perfectly true, even with today's diamond-tipped saws and powerful lifting equipment. Handling and positioning stones of this weight and maintaining such precision would be an extraordinary engineering feat. The lack of any visible tool marks that correspond to primitive chisels or hammers further deepens the mystery. Instead, the cuts suggest a method of clean, efficient material removal, far beyond what conventional archaeology attributes to the builders of this ancient foundation. And yet, the enigma of Baalbek deepens even further. Just a short distance from the main temple complex, still partially embedded in its quarry, lies an even more colossal stone, the stone of the pregnant woman, also known as the Hayar al-Hibla. This single block of limestone is estimated to weigh an estimated 1,000 to 1,200 tons. It measures approximately 20.7 meters, 68 feet long, 4.3 meters, 14 feet high, and 4 meters, 13 feet wide. This is arguably the largest quarried stone in the world, yet it remains precisely cut and partially detached from the bedrock, as if awaiting its final journey to an intended destination. What purpose was it meant to serve? What structures were these ancient builders contemplating that required blocks of such unimaginable size? And, most importantly, what technology did they possess that would enable them to move, lift, and perfectly integrate a stone weighing over 1,000 tons into a construction? This single, unfinished block serves as a profound and silent testimony to a lost chapter of technological capability, a testament to ancient builders who thought and worked on a scale that dwarfs even much of our modern ambition. The very existence of these colossal, precisely cut blocks at Baalbek fundamentally challenges our accepted historical narratives. It forces us to confront the possibility of an ancient world that possessed knowledge and technologies far beyond what we currently understand. The consistency of these anomalies, from their immense size and weight to their astonishing precision and the inexplicable methods of their placement, suggests a level of engineering sophistication that simply does not fit into the conventional picture of ancient civilizations. It's a quiet whisper from the past, inviting us to calmly reconsider the true depths of human potential, or perhaps the influences that shaped these extraordinary achievements. As these images of Baalbek's awe-inspiring, yet profoundly mysterious megaliths gently fill your mind, allowing the quiet questions to settle around you, let us appreciate the profound scale of these forgotten wonders. This place stands as a beacon of the unknown, prompting us to gently wonder about the true builders and their lost knowledge, preparing us for even more subtle, yet equally perplexing, global anomalies that suggest a widespread pattern of advanced ancient machine. Let your thoughts drift, soft and steady, as we journey onward into these deeper mysteries. As the astonishing scale of Baalbek's megaliths softly recedes into the quiet chambers of our contemplation, our tranquil journey now gently turns its focus to an even more subtle, yet profoundly perplexing, category of evidence. We delve into the minute details, the intricate whispers etched into ancient stones from various obscure corners of our world, precision boreholes, and unique stone artifacts whose very existence challenges our understanding of ancient craftsmanship. These are not grand monuments, but rather the quiet, persistent clues that speak volumes about a lost, advanced technology. Imagine, if you will, the seemingly innocuous, cylindrical holes found drilled into fragments of hard stone recovered from archaeological sites across the globe. These aren't just crude perforations. Upon close examination, they reveal a consistent and astonishing level of precision. Picture a perfectly cylindrical hole, perhaps several inches deep, cut into granite, diorite, or even quartzite materials renowned for their incredible hardness. What is truly baffling is the uniformity of the diameter from the entry point to the deepest reach of the bore, and the astonishing smoothness of the internal walls. These characteristics are the hallmarks of modern high-speed rotary drilling, where a precise cutting head or bit, operating under consistent pressure and speed, efficiently removes material. When we consider the challenges involved in working these materials today, with all our technological advancements, the ancient results become even more mystifying. Modern diamond drills require immense power, constant cooling, and precise control to prevent chipping or overheating the stone. Yet, the ancient examples consistently show a clean, unblemished cut. Conventional archaeological explanations often propose the use of a simple copper tube, rotated manually or with a bow drill, using sand and water as an abrasive. Yet, when modern engineers attempt to replicate such boreholes using these methods on hard stones, the results are invariably different and significantly inferior. The copper tube quickly deforms and wears. The sand tends to create a wider, conical hole, and the internal walls are often rough, uneven, and display irregular chatter marks from the inefficient grinding process. Furthermore, the sheer time and effort required to drill even a shallow hole this way would be immense, stretching into weeks or months for a single bore. But on these ancient artifacts, we find evidence of clean, efficient cutting, sometimes with distinct helical grooves, precisely spaced, just like those left by a modern spiral drill bit. These are the subtle, undeniable fingerprints of a technology that understood how to penetrate and shape the hardest substances with a finesse and efficiency that transcends the simple hand power model. The very notion of achieving such consistency across numerous examples, across different sites and time periods, through purely manual sand abrasion methods, seems to defy logic and practical experience. Consider the telltale signs within actual drill core samples. Those cylindrical pieces of stone often left behind inside the drilled hole itself. Analysis of these cores and their corresponding holes by modern metallurgists and engineers often reveals a consistent kerf angle, the angle at which the cutting edge removes material, indicating a uniform and remarkably steady cutting process. The absence of widespread chipping or microfractures along the edges of the boreholes, even in brittle stones, further suggests a controlled, powerful cutting action rather than a crude, impactful one. It's as if the ancient tools, whatever they were, could cleanly sever the molecular bonds of the stone without undue stress, leaving behind a pristine surface, much like a modern core drill designed for precision excavation. This precise, almost surgical removal of material from the inside of extremely hard stone, leaving perfectly formed cores, points to a deep, practical understanding of cutting mechanics that we typically attribute to industrial engineering, or perhaps even beyond. The sheer consistency of these core features replicated countless times, truly underscores a lost technical mastery. Beyond boreholes, there are other unique stone artifacts that bear equally perplexing tool marks. These might include incredibly fine, parallel striations on polished surfaces that cannot be explained by manual abrasion or even simple grinding. Instead, they suggest a precise, mechanized movement, as if a tool swept across the surface in a perfectly straight line, leaving uniform grooves. We also find mysterious scoops or cuts that defy the geometry of any known ancient chisel, appearing almost as if a rotating cutter or a high-pressure jet of some kind removed material with surgical precision. Or consider instances where material removal seems to have occurred without direct physical contact, leaving behind perfectly smooth, concave surfaces that curve with an unnatural uniformity, almost as if the stone was melted or reshaped by an energy source. These enigmatic marks, often found on small, portable objects in museum collections worldwide, are easily overlooked amidst the grandeur of larger monuments. Yet they serve as crucial evidence, hinting at a pervasive application of advanced stoneworking techniques, not just on a colossal scale, but also on a delicate, intricate level. They challenge us to expand our mental model of what tools might have looked like in an ancient context. These subtle yet undeniable signs of advanced machining, uncovered from various less publicized archaeological finds, reinforce a critical aspect of our journey. The mystery is not limited to monumental structures alone. It extends into the very granular details of ancient craftsmanship, suggesting that a sophisticated technology was not an isolated marvel, but perhaps a widely applied, albeit now forgotten, methodology, a silent legacy across the continents. The specific tools that left these marks remain an enigma, an information gap that our current historical narratives struggle to fill, leaving us with a profound sense of wonder and curiosity. It's a quiet challenge, a gentle whisper from ancient times asking us to acknowledge that there might be chapters of human ingenuity, or perhaps even external influences, that are simply missing from our textbooks, waiting for us to calmly piece them together. As these intricate details of ancient boreholes and mysterious tool marks settle gently into your thoughts, deepening your quiet contemplation, allow yourself to marvel at the consistency of this global anomaly. From the colossal blocks of Baalbek to these delicate yet undeniable signs of advanced cutting, the evidence paints a cohesive picture of a past far more complex and technologically capable than we currently understand. This gentle expansion of our perspective prepares us for a final collection of global mysteries, where the sheer diversity of evidence further solidifies the notion of an ancient world brimming with profound and unexplained wonders. Let your mind drift, soft and steady, as we journey onward into the deepest corners of ancient secrets, allowing these captivating enigmas to guide you towards a tranquil and restful state, as the intricate details of ancient boreholes and mysterious tool marks settle gently into your thoughts. Deepening your quiet contemplation, allow yourself to marvel at the consistency of this global anomaly. From the colossal blocks of Baalbek to these delicate, yet undeniable, signs of advanced cutting, the evidence paints a cohesive picture of a past far more complex and technologically capable than we currently understand. This gentle expansion of our perspective prepares us for a final collection of global mysteries, where the sheer diversity of evidence further solidifies the notion of an ancient world brimming with profound and unexplained wonders. Let your mind drift, soft and steady, as we journey onward into the deepest corners of ancient secrets, allowing these captivating enigmas to guide you towards a tranquil and restful state. Our serene quest now takes us to the tranquil landscapes of Japan, a land renowned for its subtle beauty and profound history. Here, among ancient burial mounds known as Kofan, we find the Ishibutai Kofan, a colossal tomb from the Osuka period. Imagine, calmly, an enormous capstone, weighing an estimated 77 tons, crowning this remarkable structure. This, and other massive granite blocks forming the chamber, are cut with an astonishing precision that belies their age. The surfaces are remarkably flat, the edges are sharp, and the joints fit with an accuracy that challenges conventional theories of ancient Japanese stonework to extract, transport, and position such multi-ton stones, often across significant distances, and then to dress them with such uniform precision using only primitive tools, presents a logistical and engineering puzzle of immense proportions. The sheer scale of the undertaking, combined with the precision observed, whispers of a capability that we are only beginning to acknowledge, inviting a gentle contemplation of Japan's deeper architectural past. From the Far East, we now gracefully drift to the Mediterranean, to the ancient island of Malta, home to some of the world's oldest freestanding structures, the megalithic temples. While constructed from Globigerina limestone, a softer material than granite, these temples offer their own brand of precision enigma. Picture, in your mind's eye, the smoothly curved interior walls of temples like Hagar, Kim, or Najdra. These uniform, concave surfaces often exhibit a remarkable fluidity and lack of significant tool marks, suggesting a shaping process that was both careful and efficient. How were such perfectly symmetrical curves achieved across large expanses of stone without the use of templates or sophisticated measuring instruments? The consistency of these internal contours hints at a method of shaping that allowed for controlled material removal, creating spaces that feel both organic and precisely engineered. Interestingly, while some areas display this pristine finish, other parts of the same structures show rougher, pitted surfaces, implying that different tools, or perhaps different stages of construction, were employed, a dichotomy that only deepens the mystery of their building techniques. These Maltese temples, with their harmonious curves and precise internal geometries, quietly challenge us to expand our understanding of ancient architectural foresight and execution, allowing the gentle sea breezes of the Mediterranean to carry these thoughts deeper into our quietude. Our journey then leads us, in quiet wonder, to the heart of central China, to the astonishing Longyu grottos. This vast, subterranean complex, hidden beneath a seemingly ordinary village, consists of 36 enormous grottos, carved into solid siltstone, a form of hard sandstone. Imagine descending into these colossal, hand-carved caverns, some reaching over 30 meters, nearly 100 feet in height, with perfectly vertical walls and flat floors. The sheer scale of the excavation is breathtaking. An estimated 1 million cubic meters of rock were removed, all with astonishing precision. What truly puzzles researchers are the perfectly parallel walls of these grottos, often separated by remarkably uniform distances, and the symmetrically placed, mushroom-shaped pillars that support the ceilings. The entire complex displays an incredible degree of geometric consistency and uniformity, all executed in near darkness, hundreds of feet underground. The tool marks on the walls and pillars are often parallel, regular patterns, suggesting a systematic and perhaps mechanized cutting technique. Unlike the chaotic marks expected from manual chiseling, there are no obvious signs of the immense spoil heaps of rock that would have been removed, nor any clear evidence of the lighting systems, scaffolding, or surveying techniques that would have been necessary for such a monumental and precise undertaking. The Longyu grottos stand as a profound, silent question mark in ancient history. a testament to an unknown ancient engineering prowess that speaks of a hidden past, beckoning us to calmly consider the true extent of ancient global capabilities. And finally, our reflective gaze turns to the remote and iconic Easter Island, known for its enigmatic Moai statues. While the statues themselves are celebrated, our focus shifts to their creation site, the Rano Raraku Quarry. Here, hundreds of unfinished Moai lie partially carved into the volcanic rock, providing an extraordinary glimpse into the quarrying process. Imagine, peacefully, the precise cuts made into the bedrock to liberate these colossal figures, some reaching up to 10 meters, 33 feet, in height. The uniform features of the quarry cuts, the clean lines, the consistent depths, and the precise angles that delineate the statues from the living rock are remarkable. While conventional archaeology suggests the use of handheld basalt tools, the sheer scale of the removal, the consistency of the carving across hundreds of statues, and the uniform quality of the cuts suggest a level of efficiency and precision that strains the credulity of purely manual methods. The consistent angles and precise shapes of the partially finished Moai and their surrounding quarry suggest a methodical, perhaps even standardized, approach to carving that implies more than just brute force and simple stone implements. It is a quiet, powerful testament to an unknown method of shaping the Earth's most stubborn materials, leaving us to gently ponder the depths of their knowledge. These diverse examples, spanning different continents, various cultures, and distinct geological materials, from the precise granite cuts of Japan, the smoothly curved interiors of Maltese temples, and the geometrically perfect underground grottos of China, to the systematic quarrying of Easter Islands, Moai collectively form an undeniable pattern. They are not isolated incidents of individual genius or mere coincidences. They are the pervasive, consistent signature of a profound, global anomaly. These sites whisper of an ancient world that possessed a widespread capability for precision stoneworking, a mastery over materials and engineering that fundamentally defies our conventional historical narratives. This consistent presence of inexplicable precision, from the colossal to the minute, across disparate ancient civilizations, invites us to calmly yet critically reassess our understanding of human ingenuity and the true timeline of technological development. It's a quiet, unifying theme that gently binds these global mysteries together, urging us to remain open to the possibility of forgotten knowledge, lost technologies, or even influences beyond our current comprehension. As we allow these profound global connections to settle into our minds, deepening our sense of serene wonder, we prepare to calmly delve into the fundamental dilemma these discoveries pose. How did they do it? A question that continues to echo through time, inviting us to ponder the limits of our knowledge as we drift further into the vast unknown, as the vast tapestry of global anomalies settles gently within our minds. From the colossal stones of Baalbek to the intricate boreholes across various obscure sites, a singular, profound question begins to rise. It's the quiet echo that has accompanied us throughout this journey, a persistent whisper from the past. How did they do it? How could ancient civilizations, supposedly equipped with only rudimentary tools and a basic understanding of engineering, achieve such staggering feats of precision machining on the hardest stones imaginable? For centuries, conventional archaeology has offered explanations that, while seemingly logical on the surface, begin to fray under closer scrutiny when confronted with the actual physical evidence. The prevailing theories often revolve around three primary methods: simple copper tools, immense brute force and human labor, and the use of sand and water as an abrasive, Let us calmly and thoughtfully examine each of these, allowing the quiet light of scientific inquiry to illuminate their limitations. Firstly, consider the role of copper tools. It is widely accepted that many ancient civilizations, particularly the Egyptians, possessed and utilized tools made of copper and later bronze. These metals are relatively soft, especially compared to granite, diorite, or quartzite stones that rate between 6 and 7 on the Mohs scale of mineral hardness. Copper, by contrast, has a Mohs hardness of about 2.5 to 3. Trying to cut granite with a copper chisel is akin to trying to cut steel with a butter knife. The copper would quickly deform, dull, and wear away, requiring constant resharpening and replacement. While some proponents suggest that ancient artisans work-hardened copper, making it slightly more durable, this still falls far short of the hardness required to precisely cut, plane, or drill through crystalline igneous rocks with the kind of consistency and efficiency observed. The idea that such soft tools could create razor-sharp edges, perfectly flat surfaces, and intricate internal geometries on these unyielding materials, without leaving behind extensive chatter marks or severe tool degradation, simply doesn't align with the physics of material interaction. Modern attempts to replicate these ancient feats using only copper tools have consistently failed to produce anything approaching the precision and scale found in genuine ancient artifacts, often resulting in slow, inefficient, and visibly inferior work. This stark contrast between attempted replication and actual ancient results creates a significant chasm in our understanding. Next, we address the theory of brute force and immense human labor. It is undeniable that ancient civilizations commanded vast workforces capable of moving enormous quantities of material. The construction of the pyramids themselves is a testament to organized labor on an epic scale. However, sheer manpower, while it can move heavy objects, cannot, by itself, account for precision. Hundreds or thousands of men pulling on ropes might move a 100-ton block, but they cannot ensure that block is cut with tolerances of a fraction of a millimeter, nor can they perfectly align its intricate angles with its neighbors. Precision, particularly at the macro scale we've observed in Sacsayhuaman or the Serapeum, requires controlled power and intelligent guidance, not just raw, undirected force. Imagine 1,000 people pushing a car. They can move it, but they cannot, without complex steering mechanisms, guide it along a perfectly straight line for miles. The precise fitting of megalithic stones, the exact angles, and the mirror-like finishes we have discussed throughout our journey demand a level of control and accuracy that brute force alone cannot deliver. In fact, undirected brute force applied to hard, brittle stone would more likely result in chipping, fracturing, and uneven surfaces, precisely the opposite of what we consistently observe. The scale of the labor is impressive, but it fails to explain the finesse. Finally, let us consider the widespread explanation of sand abrasion. Often in conjunction with copper tools or dolerite pounding stones, the principle is that coarse sand, acting as an abrasive grit, can slowly wear away hard stone when rubbed against it. This method can indeed shape stone to some extent. However, the observable evidence challenges its universal application for the precision we've witnessed. For one, sand abrasion typically produces a dull, matte finish, not the high polish found on many artifacts, which would require finer abrasives and sustained, uniform pressure. More critically, when sand is used with a flat tool, it tends to create a slightly convex or undulating surface due to uneven pressure distribution and the natural movement of the abrasive particles. It does not produce the perfectly flat planes, the crisp, 90-degree internal corners, or the consistent concentricity seen in the Serapeum sarcophagi or the hard stone vases. Furthermore, consider the perfectly cylindrical boreholes we discussed. If a copper tube rotated with sand and water, the cut made by the tool would typically be wider and more irregular due to the shifting sand particles. The copper tube itself would wear down significantly, and the internal walls of the hole would likely be rough and non-uniform. The consistent, smooth, and precisely angled curves found in ancient drill cores speak of a fixed, high-speed abrasive, perhaps corundum, or even industrial diamonds, applied with immense and steady power, not loosely agitated sand. The speed of cutting, too, becomes a factor. To achieve the depths and widths of some ancient cuts and borings, using only sand abrasion would necessitate an almost inconceivable amount of time, far beyond what could reasonably be accomplished even over generations, further straining the credulity of this explanation for the sheer volume of precise stonework found. This calm, methodical deconstruction of conventional explanations is not meant to dismiss the ingenuity of ancient peoples. Rather, it is an invitation to acknowledge that the tools and methods traditionally ascribed to them simply do not account for the empirical evidence. The observed precision, the scale of the operations, the hardness of the materials, and the uniformity of the results consistently challenge these conventional narratives. It forces us to confront a significant information gap, a profound mystery that begs for deeper, more open-minded inquiry. The evidence itself subtly undermines the very moral expectation we sometimes hold, that all ancient achievements must neatly fit into our preconceived notions of their technological limitations. It suggests that what we think we know about ancient technology might be incomplete, preparing us to explore possibilities that lie beyond the textbooks, quietly expanding our minds to a more complex understanding of our shared past. Having calmly dismantled the conventional explanations, and recognizing their inherent limitations in truly accounting for the staggering precision and scale of ancient machining we've observed, our journey now gently leads us to a realm of more speculative, yet equally compelling, possibilities. If the explanations we currently accept fall short, what other theories, however unconventional, might offer a glimpse into how these impossible feats were achieved? It's a question that invites an open mind, a curious heart, and a peaceful willingness to explore the uncharted territories of human history and potential. One of the most intriguing and frequently discussed alternative theories points to the existence of lost ancient high technology. Imagine, for a moment, that civilizations far older than those we currently acknowledge possessed a sophisticated understanding of physics, metallurgy, and engineering, a knowledge base that was either forgotten, destroyed, or deliberately hidden over millennia. Could they have had access to tools that utilized principles we are only now rediscovering, or perhaps principles entirely alien to our current scientific paradigm? Perhaps they understood how to manipulate matter at a submolecular level, or harnessed forms of energy we have yet to tap into. This theory doesn't suggest extraterrestrial intervention, but rather a profoundly advanced human past. A golden age of technology that was wiped from the historical record by cataclysms or societal collapse, leaving behind only the enigmatic stone testament we've been exploring. Consider the possibility of advanced, vibration-based cutting tools that could cleave through stone with minimal effort, or perhaps even a form of controlled plasma or sonic energy that could melt and reshape rock with surgical precision, leaving behind the impossibly smooth, unblemished surfaces we've admired. If such technology existed, imagine the world these ancient engineers inhabited. A world where the hardest stone yielded to their will with effortless grace, leaving behind only the quiet hum of their forgotten machines. Another fascinating line of inquiry explores the possibility of knowledge from unknown sources. This doesn't necessarily imply alien visitation, though for some it remains a consideration. Instead, it might suggest an inherited wisdom from an earlier set, highly advanced precursor civilization on Earth, or perhaps a sudden, inexplicable leap in understanding that allowed for unprecedented technological development. Could ancient cultures have stumbled upon, or been guided towards, a profound insight into material science or energy manipulation that we have since lost? Perhaps they understood resonance and frequency in ways we are only now beginning to comprehend. Imagine, if you will, the power of sound, specifically tailored frequencies, to gently loosen the molecular bonds of stone, making it pliable for cutting or even lifting. The idea of advanced acoustic levitation, where specific sound frequencies could neutralize gravity or make massive objects incredibly light, has been proposed by some researchers. While highly speculative, it offers an elegant solution to the seemingly insurmountable problem of transporting and positioning multi-ton blocks with such delicate precision, especially in places like Baalbek or Sacsayhuaman. If certain sonic frequencies could reduce the weight or resistance of stone, the seemingly impossible feats of lifting and precise placement suddenly become big, if not easy, then at least conceivable, with far less brute force than we currently imagine. We must also gently consider other non-conventional methods. What if the ancient builders possessed an advanced understanding of crystal structures and could induce microfractures along predetermined lines within hard stone, allowing for precise breakage and shaping? Or perhaps they utilized chemical compounds, now lost to time, that could soften the surface of the stone, making it more amenable to carving and polishing before it rehardened. These theories, while lacking definitive archaeological proof, serve to highlight the sheer number of possibilities that remain unexplored when we step outside the confines of conventional thinking. They ask us to reevaluate our preconceived notions about what was possible in the ancient world, inviting a quiet curiosity about the true limits of human or perhaps non-human ingenuity. It's crucial to remember that these alternative theories are not presented as definitive answers, nor as established historical fact. Instead, they are thought-provoking possibilities, threads in a vast tapestry of mystery that invite us to engage in open-minded investigation. Their purpose is not to replace one rigid explanation with another, but to acknowledge the profound gaps in our current understanding and to foster a sense of intellectual humility. The ongoing mystery itself is perhaps the most valuable aspect of these discoveries. It encourages us to continue asking questions, to look at ancient sites with fresh eyes, and to consider that the story of humanity and the story of technology may be far richer and more complex than our textbooks currently allow. This quiet contemplation, this willingness to embrace the unknown, is precisely what our journey tonight aims to nurture, allowing the deep mysteries of the past to gently expand your perspective as you drift into serene reflection. Let the possibilities gently swirl in your mind like distant galaxies, vast and full of untold secrets, as we prepare to calmly synthesize these profound implications. As we gently conclude this expansive journey through the baffling remnants of an ancient world, a profound realization begins to softly settle in our minds, like the quiet twilight descending upon a vast, undisturbed landscape. We have traversed continents and millennia, from the monumental precision of the Serapeum sarcophagi in Egypt, with their laser-like cuts and mirror-smooth surfaces, to the intricate, impossible thinness of diorite vases that defy modern lathe work. We then voyaged to the majestic Andes, observing the impossibly tight-fitting polygonal masonry of Sacsayhuaman and the machine-like modular H-blocks of Puma Punku, whose uniform angles and perfect drill holes whisper of a forgotten industrial artistry. Our odyssey continued to the colossal foundations of Baalbek, where 810 blocks rest with inexplicable precision, and then broadened to encompass the subtle yet equally perplexing precision boreholes and enigmatic tool marks found in obscure corners of the globe, hinting at a pervasive, sophisticated technology. Finally, we surveyed the diverse wonders from Japan's precisely cut tombs, Malta's gracefully curved temples, China's geometrically perfect grottos, to Easter Island's systematically carved moai. The sheer volume and breathtaking consistency of this evidence, appearing across vastly separated cultures and epochs, forms an undeniable pattern. It's a quiet, persistent whisper from the past, echoing across time and space, challenging almost every preconceived notion we hold about the technological capabilities of ancient civilizations. This isn't about isolated anomalies or singular acts of genius. It's about a widespread, recurring phenomenon that points to a systemic, perhaps even global, understanding of materials, science, engineering, and precision cutting that far surpasses what is traditionally taught in our history books. Allow the weight of this collective evidence to settle gently within your consciousness, inviting a deep, calm contemplation of our shared human story. The profound challenge these discoveries pose extends far beyond mere archaeological curiosities. They compel us to critically reevaluate our understanding of the entire timeline of human technological progression. Our conventional narrative suggests a linear development from crude stone tools to copper, then bronze, iron, and eventually the industrial age and our modern high-tech era. This progression implies a steady, gradual climb of innovation, a predictable sequence of advancements. Yet, the evidence of ancient machining we have explored tonight suggests an inexplicable deviation from this linear path, a sudden leap, or perhaps even a profound regression in technological capability that seems to defy logic. It's as if an entire chapter, or perhaps even several volumes, of human history have been meticulously erased or simply lost to the relentless sands of time, leaving behind only these indelible stone fingerprints and the quiet, persistent questions they raise. This isn't about promoting sensational theories as definitive truths, nor is it an attempt to provide concrete answers where none yet exist. Rather, it's about acknowledging the profound gaps in our current understanding and fostering a humble, open-minded approach to our past. The consistent perfection observed in these ancient stone works, the unwavering flatness of surfaces, the exact 90-degree internal corners, the perfectly cylindrical drill cores, the uniform thinness of delicate vase walls, and the impossibly tight fits of multi-ton blocks, all indicate a level of control and power over stone that we ourselves can only achieve with our most advanced, energy-intensive machinery. It raises a compelling, almost ethereal question. Were these ancient peoples utilizing lost technologies, perhaps harnessing energy sources or scientific principles that we have yet to rediscover, or that remain entirely beyond our current scientific paradigm? Or did they inherit knowledge from a far older, perhaps global, precursor civilization that predates our accepted historical timelines? A civilization whose legacy lies buried not just in physical ruins, but in the very bedrock of our planet and in the collective memory of humanity itself. The implications of such a possibility are vast and far-reaching, expanding the very canvas upon which we paint our human story. The implications are genuinely unsettling, not in a way that causes alarm or fear, but in a manner that profoundly shifts our perspective and invites a deeper, more nuanced understanding of our origins. It suggests that our current understanding of human ingenuity might be significantly underestimated, that the full spectrum of human potential may have been explored and achieved in epochs long since forgotten, only to be rediscovered in our present time. It opens up the serene possibility that history is not a simple, linear narrative, but a complex tapestry interwoven with periods of extraordinary advancement and subsequent loss, cycles of profound discovery and agonizing rediscovery. This gentle reconsideration of history invites us to embrace a deeper humility about our own knowledge, to recognize that the past is a far richer, more mysterious, and more wondrous place than we often dare to imagine. It encourages us to look at ancient sites not just as relics of primitive peoples, but as silent libraries filled with forgotten wisdom, waiting for us to learn how to read their enigmatic script. As you drift closer to the threshold of sleep, allow these profound thoughts to gently expand your mind, creating a peaceful space for wonder and calm reflection. The unresolved mysteries of ancient machining do not demand an immediate, definitive answer, but rather a quiet, profound acceptance of the unknown, an appreciation for the vastness of what we still have yet to learn. They serve as a powerful reminder that our universe, and indeed our own history, holds far more secrets than we can possibly fathom, waiting patiently for us to awaken to their subtle whispers. This journey through inexplicable precision is not just a study of stone. It is an invitation to ponder the true capabilities of human consciousness and the endless possibilities that lie hidden within the vast ocean of time. The very act of contemplating these profound enigmas can be a comforting balm, a gentle lullaby for the soul, preparing you for a deep and restful sleep. As the questions of our ancient past continue to softly echo in the quietude of your dreaming mind, may the quietude of these mysteries bring you a peaceful slumber, filled with gentle dreams of forgotten ages and untold wonders. As we allow these profound thoughts to gently expand our minds, creating a peaceful space for wonder and calm reflection, the true significance of our journey tonight begins to softly unfold. It is not merely about stones and ancient sites. It is about the very fabric of our reality, the narrative we tell ourselves about who we are and where we come from. This collective body of evidence, these 30 remarkable instances of machining that defy our current technology, stand as silent, unwavering sentinels guarding a deeper truth. They challenge us to consider that the pinnacle of human achievement may not be solely in our present, but also in a rich, complex past that we are only just beginning to decipher. This isn't a call to discard history, but to gently expand it, to acknowledge the vast, beautiful uncertainty that lies within the archives of time. This quiet, yet profoundly powerful, shift in perspective invites us, dear listener, to embrace a deep and abiding humility. It softly suggests that our intellectual and technological assumptions in assuming a strictly linear and ever-progressing human story might be a gentle disservice to the astonishingly sophisticated capabilities of our ancestors. Perhaps, just perhaps, they did not merely struggle with what we deem primitive tools, but instead commanded technologies, or perhaps a profound, intuitive understanding of materials that allowed them to shape the earth with an elegance and efficiency we can barely begin to comprehend in our modern age. The implications of this realization ripple gently across every field of human endeavor, from the meticulous work of archaeology and the precise calculations of engineering, to the deep contemplations of philosophy and our very understanding of consciousness itself. What if the word lost in lost ancient technology isn't simply about a specific tangible tool, but about an entire worldview? A forgotten way of interacting with the natural world and its most stubborn materials that we have, over countless generations, fundamentally overlooked or simply forgotten? These questions, far from being unsettling in a disturbing or alarming way, are, in their deepest essence, deeply liberating. They gently free us from the confining constraints of a limited, predetermined narrative, lovingly inviting us to imagine a human history far richer, far more mysterious, and infinitely more awe-inspiring than we currently allow ourselves to believe. They beckon us into a realm where the impossible becomes a beautiful, thought-provoking possibility. As you feel the gentle weight of sleep begin to descend, allow your mind to peacefully explore these boundless horizons. This journey through inexplicable precision is not just a study of ancient stone. It is an invitation to ponder the true capabilities of human consciousness and the endless possibilities that lie hidden within the vast, tranquil ocean of time. The very act of contemplating these profound enigmas can be a comforting balm for the restless mind, a gentle lullaby for the searching soul, preparing you for a truly deep and wonderfully restorative sleep. Feel the quiet wisdom of centuries wash over you, a gentle current carrying you effortlessly towards serene dreams. If this journey through ancient mysteries has sparked a gentle curiosity within your heart, if it has opened your mind to the quiet wonder of what might have been, we invite you to make a peaceful declaration of your wonder. In the comments below, simply write, "I ponder the unknown." Let this be a serene and sincere affirmation of your open mind, a shared whisper among our growing community of curious seekers, acknowledging the beautiful, unsettling questions that gently linger long after the video ends. Your words, like ancient echoes resonating through time, help to weave our shared tapestry of peaceful exploration and understanding. And if you feel, in your quiet contemplation, that this gentle exploration of lost knowledge can bring a similar sense of calm, wonder, and peaceful intrigue to others, then consider offering a quiet like to this video. Please understand, this is not for the channel's sake alone, but because your gentle click sends a signal. It helps YouTube's quiet algorithms understand that this message is valuable, allowing it to gently guide this calming journey to more hearts and minds who might be searching, perhaps unknowingly, for a peaceful escape into profound mystery. Your simple, kind act becomes a small but significant beacon, helping to illuminate the path for fellow wanderers in the deep quietude of the night, allowing them to drift into slumber, pondering the same fascinating and often awe-inspiring enigmas of our shared past. You have the power to be a gentle bearer of wonder and curiosity for those who wish to continue these tranquil explorations with us, to gently delve deeper into the hidden chapters of our world. To uncover more of the subtle whispers from forgotten ages, we warmly invite you to join our growing community of peaceful ponderers. Please, subscribe to the channel. It's more than just a simple click. It's a quiet commitment to a continuous journey of discovery, a serene promise to yourself to nurture your innate curiosity and to find a profound sense of calm and serenity in the peaceful pursuit of ancient truths. By joining our community, you ensure you won't miss any future tranquil journeys into the unexplained, allowing you to seamlessly continue your exploration of our world's most enduring mysteries, always in a calming, sleep-conducive atmosphere. Become part of our gentle family, where every mystery we encounter is an invitation to profound, peaceful contemplation. We are a collective of minds open to the wonders that lie beyond the known, finding solace and inspiration in the grand, untold stories of our past. As your eyelids grow even heavier, and your breath deepens further into a soft, steady rhythm, allow these deep, expansive thoughts to gently ebb and flow within the peaceful currents of your mind. The definitive answers to these ancient riddles may continue to elude us for now, but the very act of asking the questions, the quiet acceptance of their profound existence, holds a unique and powerful beauty. It is a calming presence that gently reminds us of the endless wonders of existence, of the infinite possibilities that reside within the universe and within the very depths of human potential. There is a deep, abiding comfort in acknowledging that the cosmos, and indeed our own rich, complex history, holds far more secrets, far more untold stories than we can possibly fathom in our waking lives, waiting patiently for us to awaken to their subtle, guiding whispers in our dreams. Let the vastness of these ancient mysteries gently wrap around you now, like a soft, comforting blanket, warmly embracing your mind and soul as you prepare for a truly restorative and deeply peaceful sleep. Feel the quiet, ancient wisdom of centuries softly wash over you, a gentle current carrying you effortlessly towards serene dreams, towards a state of profound rest and inner peace. Now, dear listener, take a moment, a quiet, precious moment for yourself. Let the gentle, calming melody of this music guide you, and simply absorb all that we've peacefully explored together tonight. Allow these profound and captivating ideas to settle deeply within your heart and mind, knowing with a quiet certainty that even in the vast expanse of the unknown, there is a profound peace, a deep serenity to be found. Just breathe deeply, slowly, let go of any lingering thoughts or tensions of the day, and simply drift. We are so incredibly grateful to have shared this quiet, transformative journey with you, a journey of wonder and contemplation, until our next tranquil exploration into the hidden truths of our world, into the mysteries that soothe and intrigue. May your sleep be wonderfully deep, your dreams profoundly serene, and your mind ever open to the endless wonders that lie just beyond the veil of the understood. Sweet dreams, dear friend, sweet dreams. May profound peace be with you.